Hello. Welcome to yet another vlog. I think this is number 15. Yeah. And yesterday I had some progress with the DNS server. We were in the last challenge of Codecrafters. And then I needed to apply some refactors. I added some note at the end with regards to the required step, add a question to byte functionality, and add an answer parsing section. Today, before I start the stream, I spent some time here, did a bunch of refactor here and there, and first would like to review them. So now I have two extra files. One is arguments. This is something we saw yesterday. We developed it together. And then the message. This is completely new. So now I have overarching model that represents the whole message, not part by part. This enables me to have these two extra methods, parse to bytes, which makes the usage in the main function way more feasible. So there were a lot of boilerplate code in this section to basically parse the question first and then generate an answer and pass it on. Now all of it is basically simplified into two lines. The first one is request, where we just parse all the received bytes, and then after generating, of course, header, these kind of things, I couldn't didn't want to abstract, to be honest, in that level, but we generate the answers. The question section I don't touch, right? And then down here I have this object where I create another message called response, and then just transform that into bytes and publish it. That's at least the plan. What else changed here? These two I described. In the question section, now the parseLabel method is public. This is because label parsing was required in Answer as well. So I reused it from here, but probably it's better to move it out. And also so far when I was parsing the questions, I didn't have any answers. So when I was parsing, let me actually open the message. So when I was parsing the received message, I could use the number of bytes received count as the final point in the buffer that I need to read. I mean, this buffer that I'm creating up here, right? It's 1024 bytes, right? And then I had a length which was indicating what is the last byte that is actually filled in. So I'm not I don't need to read all the garbage after it. All right. So so far for question it was fine, but for answer parsing, after the question section, I also have the answer details to pick up. So this received bytes after when we have it in query is indicating at the end of the answer messages. So to have to know basically where the questions end, I did this change over here where I also passed the final offset as part of the question parsing object, basically this function, right? This is another one, and the answer now for answer I also have parseSection, which is quite similar to the other parsers that I had. Right, so nothing interesting over here. What else do I have? And the main function itself is hugely simplified now. So a lot of stuff removed, and I also cleaned up the long lines. Now I am using commas to break them. It's easier on eyes. So in general, I'm now happier with my code. However, I got a memory issue. I received the core dump, and now my program is leaking some memory. Where is this leak happening? How I figured this out is over here. Basically, I know these 2 bytes is causing an issue, and what I did basically for every place that I had allocator used in these functions, I just commented them out to see if they are causing the failure or not. Actually, now it's failing in a different place. Let me see what's happening. Response to slice 2 bytes. This is supposed to only contain the header section. Okay, now that was a compilation error. The header section is fine. So this is what I'm generating. This is what I'm receiving from the upstream server. So far, so good. Then the next bit is the questions, which basically I'm not touching it that much. I'm literally using it as is. And let's see. There are some differences in what I have in question and what upstream is sending. Probably that would be an issue for me to solve later on today, but what I wanted to work on is this piece, which, as you can see, I'm using a different kind of allocator here, and that's causing the issue. So inside these 2 bytes, what's happening to, okay, I think it's because of the type of the file I have opened here. Now I need, yeah, I'm able to go inside the function. So the type of allocator I'm using here is just using the GPA allocator, and that needs a deallocation, which I'm not doing here. That's why this function is actually working. So what I'm going to do is to refactor this function to use std ArrayList allocator of type u8 and initialize this with empty. And then I wanted to also showcase how this simplifies the code, because now I'm just appending to an array. I usually don't need to calculate the offset. This at least happened in a few other refactors that I did today. So let's see if that's the case here as well. So I need to try response dot append slice as in the allocator, and here I'm going to pass in this. So yeah, this is probably the same, but I also need to response int allocator. This is going to solve my issue, and then there is a potential issue here with regards to Indianness, because now I'm not taking care of it, but that's something I am going to figure out. But let's for now focus on this as is to solve the error, and then I will get back to this maybe when it's needed. So okay, this is it then. Actually, let's ask ChatGPT. Okay, this makes sense. And it is big endian, right? So what I need to do is just this. And then the other one I need to end with FF. So this one I understand. We are shifting to the right. And the most significant bytes show up in the list significant section. So that's the right hand side 8 bits, and then here we end with 0xff. Oh yeah, I believe I remember this trick. But so if I have and then end them with, what happens is I end up with zero carries 1, 1 carries 1, 0. I think that's the case, right? Let's double check. Explain why ending with 0xff is definitely bytes. When you bitwise add any number with that mask, everything above the lowest 8 bits gets cleared to 0, leaving only those at the bottom bits. But how does that work? Let me see. Value this. Okay, alright, let's take the same number in binary. Yeah, you can think of it as plus lower bytes. Yeah, let's verify upper. Interesting. Really interesting. Cool. So shift and add with 0xff. But I need help, and that's about the types. So class is u16, TTL is u32, length is also u16. Okay, so class, and now what happens with a u32? I think there are, that means we have If the early cast U32 to U8 is big, only the lowest 8 bits survive. The rest are silently dropped unless you're using a safe cast. Yeah. Within 24. Sixteen, 8. Once more, which one was U32? It was TTL. The class is safe. I'm going to do class here. Okay. Okay, not necessarily simpler, but I have something now. Let's see. The memory leak is still happening. It's this part. So what I want to do is Okay. This is scary. So the error wasn't about me not deinitializing my allocator, but the self data that I'm setting has something significantly wrong. Okay, let's see, where am I setting this? Actually, I'm doing it inside main. Something doesn't make sense. But this answer is not even initialized here. How is this even possible? So let's look at this stack trace a little bit more carefully. It's in question, let's see. So it's not even here, but in my question section. Let's try our step by step. Oh, okay. This is not needed now. The allocator. Oh, is it needed? Wait a minute. For the answers. This is the answers allocator. This is where the process stops. Basically this line. And then it starts to sit. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. If that's the error, it kind of makes sense, right? Then my response parsing is actually calculating this answer. So let's break on the 81. Now I reached here. This answer length for data is kind of weird. This hex AA is like empty characters, and it's longer than what I expected. So something is wrong in parsing. Well, let's see. Okay. Now I'm not getting that memory error. And I'm receiving the response. Bit like this. Should go to this. Okay, invalid address. I have any? No. Mm-hmm. Where is this multiply happening? Okay, so the problem is this. Where am I extracting it? Is over here. Why is it not reading anything here? Okay, this is not what I expected for. The input of this function. So let's see where we are calling the answer. Let's say here. We are getting, we're generating a response. Right. And here have received twice. Here is the buffer I'm receiving, right? So we're going to delete this B. So print okay, I'm not receiving what I expect here. Okay, now I think I had some progress. So the first issue was the type of how I was passing this to my function. I'm wondering if I then need and then from here go back to query. I'm looking if I was doing the same mistake again somewhere else. Okay, this is the most annoying kind of bug to solve. Let's see. For one value, I'm printing successfully. The second one is failing. Problem is it's not printing any. Oh, okay. It's better now. Answer line 67. Another empty pointer is happening somewhere. Okay, I think this is it for tonight. I'm going to debug it in another session. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think and have a nice evening.